Melbourne Victory stun Auckland FC and City hold on against Western United. We have got a Melbourne derby for the A-League Men's 2025 Grand Final. We'll be doing a dedicated video talking about the Grand Final, previewing the Grand Final in a couple days' time. But let's talk about these two semi-final second leg matchups. We'd love to get your thoughts as well. Join the conversation in the comments section. Let's talk about Auckland 0, Melbourne Victory 2 in the second leg, 2-1 on aggregate to Melbourne Victory. What a result for Melbourne Victory. This dream campaign, this incredible inaugural season for Auckland FC has come to an end. Disappointingly for them, not making the grand final after such a dominant season in their first year in their existence. I mean, what a fantastic year it has been for Auckland FC, but they will be so disappointed with this result. The performance itself from Auckland wasn't terrible on the night, but Melbourne Victory, I mean, they stepped up in a big way to hold Auckland FC out, to hold on to those 2 goals. And I mean, I said in the predictions video in this game that I expected Auckland, with the big home crowd, almost 30,000 fans in attendance at Go Media Stadium for this one. I said that Auckland FC, with that home crowd, that they would get them through in this game. Obviously, they had the 1-goal advantage that they picked up in Amy Park the previous week. It looked like Auckland FC were going to cruise through to the grand final. But we shouldn't forget, and I think I made the mistake of forgetting, and maybe we all made the mistake of forgetting, how experienced this Victory side is when it comes to finals time. Being a Mariners fan myself, I know it, seeing Melbourne Victory make it all the way through to the grand final last year, and this is well and truly echoing what we saw from Melbourne Victory last year, winning the elimination final and then going to the semi-finals to take on a team from New Zealand. Last season it was Wellington Phoenix. This time around it's Auckland FC, and they went over to New Zealand once again and picked up victory in the end. Victory just really digging deep there. 2 goals early on in the second half, and Auckland were pushing late on there. I mean, it was a funny situation though for Auckland. I almost wonder if they sort of struggled at the end there because they haven't really been in that position too many times this season where they've had to chase a game. They were chasing goals there, Auckland FC. It hasn't really been a scenario that they have faced many times this campaign. They really haven't. They've cruised through so many games this season. And I just wonder if that was a factor. And look, at the end there were a couple really frustrating moments for Auckland FC when they were breaking away on attacks. And yeah, I mean, they could have maybe played a pass or taken a shot at a certain time. I remember Liam Gillian had a great chance where he should have taken the shot first time. Nato Moreno, some of his passes were just a little bit wayward. But credit as well to Melbourne Victory for staying so strong defensively in this matchup. I mean, looking at the lineups of both sides as well, there was a big call from Victory head coach Arthur Dillis to head into this game with essentially a back 3, Rawlins, Miranda and Jackson. So no Casey Boss in this game. So it looked like a very aggressive attacking lineup with Santos playing off that left-hand side, Volupile off the right as well for Auckland FC, an unchanged 11 for them from the first leg of the semi-final. Big concern for Melbourne Victory coming out of this game. We'll certainly keep an eye on whatever news comes out from this Nishan. Volupile looked hurt coming off at the end of that first half there. Bit of concern for not only Melbourne Victory heading into the grand final next week, but for the Socceroos, who we know are in action very shortly as well. So that is a worrying sign for Nishan Volupile. We hope he's all right. But Melbourne Victory, they tweaked things a little bit in the second half. Josh and Sarah came on so to get that extra defender, and they grabbed the 2 goals, man. And it's those goals. That first one, obviously a very unlucky deflection. Machash with a great strike, but the deflection sending it past Alex Paulson, and then just maybe slightly switching off there. Very uncharacteristic of Auckland FC's defence to switch off at that moment for the second goal. Bruno Fornaroli, I mean, he is so experienced in those moments inside the box. We look at the stats, man. 11 shots for Auckland, just 3 of those on target. 12 shots for Melbourne Victory, 2 on target. And we shouldn't forget, back in the first leg, as we said, they didn't manage to get a single shot on target in the first leg. So, Victory's 2 goals with their only 2 shots on target across both matches. It is quite quite astonishing. Melbourne Victory. They took their chances. They bounced back. They equalised and then picked up one more a few minutes later, and they are going to the grand final, ending the dream for Auckland FC. I mean, Auckland, they'll obviously be stoked with the Premier's plate. That is a tremendous achievement in your first season, but unable to make it through to the grand final. And Melbourne Victory will be facing Melbourne City, their fierce rivals, next week. Very excited to have a Melbourne derby in the grand final, man. And Melbourne City, this was a bit more of a straightforward matchup. And hey, my prediction for this one was right. I did call a 1-1 draw in this game, and we did get it. Western United, it was a bit of a funny one. They weren't necessarily terrible over the two legs. Melbourne City just showing their class in the end. Obviously took their opportunities in the first leg, got the goal through as is Bajic, a rare goal for the defender, and Noah Botic pulling on back in the second half. And again, it was all eyes on Noah Botic heading into the second leg. They needed him to step up and grab the goals once again, but it was always a mountain to overcome, and they couldn't break through in the end. Western United, Melbourne City, again, just too strong defensively. Both keepers made some phenomenal saves in this game. You got two fantastic younger keepers in Patrick Beach and Matt Sutton, who were very, very good in this game. Marco Tilio was lively. Cohen showing his class once again. Kewen working hard in midfield. And as mentioned, defensively, just very resolute Melbourne City. And I think we are heading for a really fascinating grand final now between these two teams. Melbourne City, Melbourne Victory have obviously played some fantastic battles over the years. They met in the final series last season as well, that dramatic elimination final that went to a penalty shootout. Tell you what, just like early thoughts now of the grand final next week, it's a tricky one to predict. It really is. I mean, if I had to lean one way right now, I'd probably go Melbourne City. They've just been really, really good this season and are finding some great form to finish off the campaign. They're really good defensively and going forward in attack with the likes of Cohen returning from injury recently. Even Kewen and Tilio have been out with injury throughout the campaign. It feels like they've got their first choice attackers back from injury at the right time, and even, able to bring on someone like Matt Leckie off the bench. So Victory have certainly got to step up if they're going to win the championship here. But hey, Melbourne City, Melbourne Victory should be a great grand final. But two dramatic semi-final ties ending here. Auckland FC crashing out to Melbourne Victory, and Melbourne City just too good in the end for Western United. Drop your thoughts on these matches in the comment section and stay subscribed so you don't miss our preview video for the A-League Men's Grand Final. Thanks very much, guys, for tuning in. My name's Lockie, and I'll see you in the next one.